Our correspondent Khamda Salhut is here in studio, and it's a very clear message from Hamas ahead of Ramadan. Break it down for us.
Benita, good evening. A very clear message from the deputy head of the political bureau, Sheikh Salah Al-Aruri, saying that the position is clear. Now, he gave a lengthy statement today, lengthy interview, rather, I should say, in which he discussed a wide variety of topics. The first, Ramadan and Israel's policies on the Al-Aqsa Mosque, known as the Temple Mount to Jews. Also talking about Israeli policies towards prisoners, the home demolitions as well, the Khan al-Ahmar Bedouin camp that you will recall has had historically frozen evictions. Also talking about normalization between Arab states and Israel. But the most important topic discussed was what's going to happen during Ramadan, saying that their message is quite clear, and they've said it before, that their patience is wearing thin when it comes to policies on the Al-Aqsa Mosque. Now, Ramadan is the holiest month for Muslims, and they also mentioned Itamar Ben-Gvir by name. Now, in January of this year, after this coalition was sworn in, Itamar Ben-Gvir, the country's national security minister, said that he was going to continue with his visits to the Temple Mount. And even though there were so many warnings against it, a day later he did visit. But before that, Hamas said that he will blow up the situation should he go. And if he were to visit during Ramadan, it would be incredibly contentious. Now, Hamas is also saying that Ben-Gvir is trying to provoke the people. He's trying to instigate more conflict, and that it would be a natural reaction for Palestinians to revolt and carry out more attacks if the Israeli government continues to allow policies like this. But they specifically also mentioned people who go to these visits, Jewish worshipers specifically, who perform Talmudic rituals. They said that that is a red line and it will not be crossed. And should it be crossed, they can expect some sort of reaction from Hamas.
It's interesting to hear that part of the message is given in English and part is given in Arabic. Talk to us about the distinctions between those two messages, obviously for different audiences, so to speak.
Well, the interview was given in Arabic on the Hamas website by somebody who works for Hamas, interviewing a Hamas official, so it was quite lengthy. The English statement given, while it wasn't a direct threat, the Arabic wasn't so much a direct threat either, but it just gave a lot more details about the joint resistance between the Palestinian factions, saying that they are one people with one goal, and that it will not just be Hamas responding. There's an increase in these types of battalions. For example, the Jenin battalion, that's the Lions Den Palestinian Islamic Jihad, the Al-Aqsa Martyrs, and Hamas, all working together because they all have the same common goal: to fight the occupation, to liberate their homeland. And Hamas is saying that these attacks on the Palestinian people, should they happen at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, will be met by all of the factions, not just Hamas. And Hamas is saying that they have the trust of their people to carry out whatever kind of response is necessary. But I spoke to some sources inside the Gaza Strip today who said they're increasingly worried. Not only is the Israeli security apparatus worried, but they're worried. They're still not over the war that happened those 3 days in August of 2022. They're still reeling from the damage and destruction from not only that, but in May of 2021. We're also talking about the mental toll that it has taken on these people, and they're saying they're worried, but time will only tell. Ramadan just a few days away. Benita.